third speaker in this session. He's the director today you think about. He's the first name that comes to your mind when you think of a love story. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Imtiaz Ali.
Don't make me nervous. It's a superb feeling to be at Siri Fort to begin with and to see the house full. I've been here on many occasions, also to perform in theatre, long time back. Many of you weren't even born that time. And it was not like this. I wish it was. So, welcome. It's great that all of you are here. There's so much cheer that it's mind-blowing. And see, the best thing about this one is that much to the disappointment of people in the front row, I don't exactly know what I am going to say. And that's always interesting. You know, it's, I guess, also some sort of a feature in my life that I have not really known what to do or what to say. And mostly the accidents that happen are more, in your life, I mean, those accidents are more influential than the decisions that you think you're taking. Unfortunately, the work that I do influences a lot of people, just as movies that I have watched have influenced me. And it's something that you've got to learn, which is to be a little responsible, because you know, because a lot of people follow what you do, the work that you do, or what you might say. So you lose that whole anonymity and this ability to just straight bitch about somebody and things like that. So this is becoming a disclaimer that whatever I might say over here is not to be followed specifically individually. Because, and believe me, I've also tried to not follow what I think. You know, in that way what happens is that life takes care of itself and you do your thing and it's alright. So I guess I have to talk about how I made my first film. And what were the experiences there, right? Is there any specifications like minutes or whatever? I'd like this to be very interactive. So I think, sorry? Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. So one of the things not to follow about me is the fact that where I come from, nobody has been in the film industry at all. I come from a small town called Jamshedpur. Then, yeah, Jamshedpur rocks, just like Mind. You know, it's just like Mind. It rocks. So I'm from that town. When I was living over there, nobody I knew had ever even seen a film shoot. So it is kind of difficult to tell yourself that you'll be a film director. I never expected myself to become ultimately a film director. I'm still on the journey trying to become a film director. So I never also went to film school. I never assisted anybody. I didn't write for somebody else who was directing, etc., etc. So actually it was a bizarre series of incidents and accidents that brought me to a point where I was already directing a film. And sometimes the tragedies that happen to you at work become your biggest strengths. For instance, my first film, Socha Na Tha, took 3 years in the making. And I thought that it's going to just get over in 3 months, but it took 3 years. And also, the time stretch was so much that everything that had to be done by me. Because those people who were responsible to do it otherwise had to do other things. Somebody is constantly talking over here in the pit. Bhai sahab, thoda aap shant rahoge? This is what happens when you are a director. So, as I was saying that since it took 3 years, even things that were specific and technical, etc., had to be done by me. So, what happened is that a lot of people were saying that you're wasting time, you're getting no money, what's going to happen, is this film ever going to release, this is not your job, you don't have to go for color correction in the lab, you don't have to sign in vouchers and do production, you don't have to select location and even artists of every level, you have to not cast them yourself. Why do you have to? I was not even a writer. I wrote because there was no money to pay any other writer. So that's how I wrote the dialogue of Socha Na Tha. But what it did is that it compensated for the fact that I had never been to film school, that I had never even been on a film shoot before, that I had never assisted anybody. And it just told me and taught me each and everything, preparing me to ultimately be a film director. So, why the disclaimer was necessary is that you cannot follow this example. You can't say that I will not go to film school or that I will not have anything to do with cinema and straight away just hope to be a director. But I can only tell you that this is what happened with me. And that happened after a few... I used to direct a TV serial called Imtihan. When I went to the shoot of Imtihan for the first day, believe me, I had no idea about what direction was. I had no idea where to place the camera, why to do so, what is this imaginary line. I had done theatre, so I kind of knew what to tell the actors, but beyond that I didn't have any idea. All I was doing, and this is a very honest confession, all I was doing for the first many schedules was pretending that I know. So, actually sometimes I get introduced as an actor as well. The fact of the matter is that I'm not. I guess those guys who introduced me as an actor know that I had acted the role of a director while I was on set. That's all. That's Anuji is here. He'll take the story back to the film industry. And so I was just pretending. And I was thinking that my bluff is going to get called. The cameraman used to ask me that, sir, how to take the shot. And then I had no idea. So I used to give these intense looks saying that, camera. And I used to make him feel that it's so obvious. Why is he asking me? Doesn't he know his job? He should just, the actor is going to be standing. Where do you want to stand? I'm giving you freedom. I'm such a liberated director. I'm giving you freedom, So where you going to stand? So he said, मैं यहाँ खड़ा हो जाता हूँ sir. नहीं यार यहाँ नहीं यार वहाँ खड़ा हो जा. This director also knows his mind. Oh, lovely. So then फिर shot कहाँ से लेना है? हाँ तो and the cameraman always has a tendency of kind of going to the place where the shot is going to look good from. So if like you guys are sitting there, he'll already come here. He'll be doing some shit with the lights like. So I used to say, हाँ, सही है sir, सही है. आप इधर कैमरा रखो, वो जो लाइट आ रही है ना, उसको थोड़ा सा कट कर देना. And then they used to take the shot. And then of course the costume and stuff is easy. Most of it is very easy. That's what I realized. It's all extremely commonsensical. Direction is one thing you can get by actually not being there. Come to think of it, if technically speaking, if there is a unit that is shooting and you have a writer who's written the dialogue and the script, etc. You've got actors, you've got costume directors, you've got the cameraman, the sound recordist, everything, the shoot can still happen, you know. And then a competent editor can take that and make a scene out of it and make a movie out of it. So initially I was just trying to pretend that I'm there. Actually I wasn't there. All of them were doing their jobs, but I was also extremely insecure because I felt that at any point, any day, they are going to just call me out and say that, boss, we've called your bluff, तेरे को कुछ आता नहीं है, और तू निकल जाए यहाँ से, और मैं फिर, then I'll, you know, go back, try to be a journalist or something. Oh, sorry. No, I'm saying only for myself, you know. I thought that my English was good and I'm from a background of writing and stuff, so I could be a journalist. Well, also, each time I tried to be a journalist, I was refused. You know, so you know, there is no love lost, yeah, whatever. And so that never happened. And since I was so insecure that my bluff will be called, that I was trying to teach myself really fast. And each day, each session, a new animal would come and confront me. Sir, ye trolley hai. So, isse na, oh, we've ordered the trolley today. Fantastic. And I had no idea what to do with it. And so then I realized, you know, just mechanically, I guess there are people who push it and it goes closer to somebody's face and then comes back, or it goes like this. So then I started putting shots on the trolley, getting the idea from the cameraman what to do, telling him what to do, and he's saying, wow, yaar, matlab our thoughts really match, because मैं भी यही सोच रहा था. So, but I was trying to see what the hell does he do? ये करता क्या है? क्यों कैमरा इसने ट्रॉली में डाला है? And then I figured that, because again, insecurity made me learn very fast, because I was thinking that I'll be very soon jobless. So then the trolley, then every shot was on the trolley, because I was trying to learn very fast. Shots that required no trolley were still on the trolley. And then one day he said, sir, आज मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ crane मंगा लेते हैं. So the crane is like a huge thing, you know, it's like a crane, you know what a crane is. These guys came later, but that time it looked like this. This is a Jimmy Jib. So but the cameraman and the director used to sit with the camera on top. And there was this whole rule about when you have to get on it and when you have to get off it. Then ultimately I said, okay, so, you know, maximum height. Sir, kis height ka crane lagaun? Whatever the maximum height is, man. Why do you think I'm a fool? I've called for a 25 feet crane only to use 15, 25. So then the crane. And then I thought, okay, so now the crane comes down and it comes closer and all of that. So then every shot, everything used to happen on the crane. I used to never leave the crane. And then one day they said, okay, so you know what? Should we put the crane on the trolley? And I said, no, not this shot. Just like that, you know. Just to prove that I know what I'm doing. Next shot. So then I was thinking next shot, okay, what the hell do I do? So it's going to be like that and move like that also. And then I figured something out. Just a wide, safe shot to do that. So then I learned that and everything else. And then Jimmy Jib came, and then you realize you don't have to be on the crane. You can be sitting with a joystick and playing a video game over there and shooting very easily. So I think life gives you opportunities to learn, not in the way that you expect it. I think a lot of my friends who are from film school as well have gone through a similar process. What I mean to say is that they've also learned on the job. Because no matter how much, what you're going to tell about how to make movies, what you're going to tell about how to write stories, I guess the important things that I think I'm lucky about is the fact that if you're interested in people, you're interested in life as it happens around you, and you have this desire to tell stories about them to them, it's almost like the American Constitution, then I guess you will have something to say, and that is not something that anyone teaches you. What teaches you all of those things is your life, is your parents, is your hometown, Jamshedpur, is Delhi University, Hindu College, the fights that you have over there, the girls of Miranda, you know, whoever they are of St. Stephen's College, and all of that. And then those are the things that keep coming back. You don't even realize it. You see in your own movie, like, you know, I'd done Romeo and Juliet in many versions, and I felt while I was watching Socha Na Tha one day, years after it released, that, man, it's the same balcony, it's the same guy, it's the same, almost the same shit. And you don't know how the influences of your life will creep into the work that you do. So, sounds like Gyan, but then live your life, I think, is the most important thing that I have to say, because that's the only thing that teaches you anything that you're not going to learn automatically. An interesting anecdote is also the fact that at the end of it, the same cameraman who I was conning and fooling and making a fool of throughout the shooting of the TV serial, at the end of it, around 70 episodes down the line, he said, यार देख तू एक्टर को क्या बोलता है वो तो मेरी समझ में नहीं आता, बट तू टेक्निकली बड़ा साउंड है यार, यू नो, टेक्निक के मामले में ना यू आर वेरी स्ट्रांग. Then I realized, actually, if I look at myself now, I don't think that I know any more technique than I knew when I actually came down to direct my first shot in Imtihan or later on in Socha Na Tha, etc. All of that is something that can be learned very quickly. It can also be unlearned very quickly because things will keep changing. Technology will keep changing. But to be in touch with life is the most important thing, I think, for somebody who is in my profession. I think I've spoken a lot. And before anybody comes and shoos me out, I should do so myself. And yeah, if there's anything that I can answer, it will be great and a good way of doing it. I don't want to take too much time. Please tell me when I have to leave. Yeah.
All right, we throw the platform open for questions. We've got a lady right there. She's been there.
Paji, ठीक रहा? हाँ? इतनी दूर से आया हूँ, बेवकूफ तो नहीं बन गया सर? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, my name is Radhika and I'm your big fan. I would like to ask if someone wants to become an actor or director, is it important to go to a film school and...
अरे मैं इतनी देर से क्या बोल रहा हूँ? See, Radhika, I'll tell you what. No, sorry for the snide remark. I feel that if you do go to a film school, it depends on how much you can take from it. You'll definitely learn, because more than the technique that you learn, you'll also be in an atmosphere where you're going to pick up stuff, because everybody is going to be, you know, in the same concern as you are. But there are people who go to the film school and learn nothing.
Yeah.
And so avoid being that. Whatever your natural instinct is, because there is no fit to fill rule, you know. People react differently to different situations. I mean, looking at me, I should have gone to film school, so I could have learned something. But maybe you don't need that. So you have to find the answer to that question.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the gentleman in the spectacles right there. Yeah.
ऊपर वाले भी पूछ सकते हैं. हाँ.
We'll get the next one from there. Can someone give the gentleman there a mic? Yeah, there. No.
There's a guy here with a mic. He's saying there's no...
Hello, sir.
Yes. Hi.
My name is Akshay Srivastava,
Hi, Akshay.
and I've seen Rockstar over 50 times. I love that movie a lot. I wanted to ask from you, how did you visualize the pain which is depicted in the movie? And was there any real life experience which you depicted, or it was like fiction and you depicted? Like, it was quite intense, the movie. So I wanted to ask, how did you visualize the pain depicted in the movie?
I wish it was all fictional, but you know, some of it None of, actually the incident or the character, etc. was not really autobiographical at all. It's not as though I've gone through all of that in my life. But whatever you go through in your life gives you an insight into the characters of a story. How I visualized, I don't know. Actually, the secret is that there is no time where you sit and visualize. It just comes to you like a story does. You know, अगर आप कोई भी कहानी बोलना शुरू करेंगे, I bet you that you will have a visual in your mind ultimately. That there was a beggar, he was begging on the street. There will be a street, there will be a bus stand. All of that will start happening on its own. So you don't have to bother with visualizing. You know, it will come on its own if you just let it.
All right, let's just take a quick question from that girl right up in the balcony. If you don't have a mic, will you just scream out your question? We can hear you, we can hear you. Just be a little louder.
Scream, scream.
Scream, scream.
Hello,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
We don't have a mic. You can shout your question out.
Yeah.
All right. Imtiaz, you have a fan. You have a fan out there. You can hear her. She's professing her love for you from the balcony. Pretty much, he's a man who makes you fall in love. We can vouch for that. She's recited a dialogue of one of your films. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I don't know, yeah. I don't know, and I have not heard everything that you've said, but I've understood the sentiment, and listen. Apart from the applause, I wish you all the best, and seriously, I feel that. I wish you all the best in your life and career. I have a feeling you might want to be in movies. So, all the best with that. Okay, and thanks a lot. No? Sorry, am I completely off the mark? Okay. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Imtiaz Ali.